Right, hello and welcome to another JustBloomIt.com tutorial. I've finally got my audio working in my Windows, but with a little less video quality. So, in this tutorial, this is about the millionth time I've done this tutorial, because of stupid Windows. I'm going to be showing how to turn a coloured card to be white. So, for instance, this blue colour, I'm going to make into a white. Now, I think it's pretty difficult making a car white, because there's no set way to do it. But there is sort of a base to doing it on every car. So each time you do it on a different car, it might be a little bit different. For this car, the first thing that you'd do is you'd crop around the shell, just like as if you was colouring it. Like this, and you do that using the pen tool just here. And you click all the way around the car. Now I'm going to do this very quickly, because for the benefit of the video. But when you do it yourself, you need to go really neatly and be zoomed right in and take your time over it. And to zoom in, hold Control and then use the wheel on your mouse. Now you want to go round the wheels like this, excluding them. Because you're not going to need to colour them. And this is very quick. And then when you get to the end, push Shift V, and that selects the path. And then push Control C, Control V, you'll have a floating selection above your first layer. Double click that and name it Car Shell, like so. Now what you've done is you've pasted the shell on top. What you've just cropped out is now on top in another layer. So now, making sure you're on that layer that you've just created by clicking on it, you want to go to Colours, Brightness, and turn up the brightness a notch. So we start going towards the white colour. Not too much, but just a little bit. I'll put it up to 40. As I say, it's all personal preference and it depends what you're looking for, and obviously you'll take more time over it. Next, you want to play around with the layers. So duplicate your new layer by right clicking and then duplicate layer, and then change the layer mode, and that's right here. You have loads of different modes you can set it to, and have a look what you can come up with there. I'd normally go with screen and then turn the opacity down a notch, like so. Now as you can see, we're getting towards the white look. Next, one of my favourite tools is if you go into the Colours tab and then go to Curves, there's a really cool tool here, and with one click and a swift movement, just push this up like so, and then maybe move it over to the left a bit more. Okay. Now you're getting towards a white look. Yeah, and you can then merge the two above layers. So right click on the top one and merge down. You don't have to do this, but I prefer to because it neatens things up. Now, we're getting towards the white look, so I might just turn up the brightness and contrast a bit more, just to define out the shape. So, turn up the contrast a little bit, and the brightness. Not too much though, because as you can see, I've sort of some of the shape has sort of gone. The lines, you can't see them as well, so I might want to turn the opacity down a bit, or even duplicate the layer and see what else I can. And you can also get a chrome look with this. It's all about playing around with it. So go back into Colours and Curves. I'll turn it down a little bit. I think about there will be fine for the purpose of the video. Next, you want to make sure that you're on your car shell layer and use the pen tool. This is where you would have to merge all the layers together actually. Then use the pen tool to go around the parts you don't need. and then when you get to the end, Shift V and push delete on your keyboard, and then push Control C, Control V, and then delete that floating layer with a right click and delete. And you do this for all of the car. Oh, you click the tool here, get rid of it. You do this for all of your car, all the parts you don't need, obviously really neatly. Delete, C, V, or Control C, Control V, and then delete the layer, and then select this tool. As you can see, it's starting to get there, but as I say, you need to spend a lot of time cropping around the edge and then getting the colour just perfect how you want it, because you can go even to greys, sort of. You can get a chromey look, which is a whole nother tutorial. You can have a really bright white artificial look, or anything you want really, but it's all playing around with it. And then don't forget to crop out all the parts you don't need, including behind the spoiler here, etc. Or an alternative is to get the rubber and just rub out the bits you don't need, but I prefer to crop around it because it's neater. So say I've done all this, take out all the windows, part here. That's basically just about how you colour a car white. It's quite difficult, and it takes a bit of getting used to and a bit of trying and experimenting, but eventually you'll get it. And that's been a JustBlueMit.com tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'm glad I finally got my Windows capturing working. Don't forget to visit JustBlueMit.com.